All right, so love is patient and love is kind, right? We all heard that before. But I was drinking tea and two of the tea tags. It says gratitude leads to love and love is the highest of all virtues. Now, when I first started downloading it's also actually on the cup as well. I didn't realize it until it was like staring right at me all day, staring at right at me, wondering how I was downloading it. But love is patient and love is kind are the very thing that keeps popping up over and over again. And seeing that my tea tags were also talking about love. So it made me go into a deep dive and understand what love is. And where is love located in this world? Where can we find it? Where can it be recognized? And it's very, very rare that you see it. You don't see it on social media. And if you do, it looks performative, it looks staged, it looks rehearsed or scripted, okay? But genuine love. Love is actually something that can be defined in so many different ways. People say, if you love me, you would give me your last. If you love me, you would quit that job. Okay? If you love me, you will have my baby. If you love me, you would not go back to school because it's going to emasculate me. Just saying. Just saying. Love is, if you love me, you will take care of me because I took care of you all your life. A parent could be saying that, right? You hear those things, right? Well, if you love it bad enough, or if you want it bad enough, you'll go after it. Is another phrase we hear. If you want something bad enough, you will go after it. But not one person or one thing has ever taught anyone about self-love. If love is truly the highest of all the virtues, isn't self-love on that list? Self-love, actualization, self-care, right? But you never hear that conversation. And today I do want to talk about that conversation. Going into, I guess you can say, the adult world, the adult life out of high school, I 100% felt like I had a lot of love. I had a lot of love for myself, but it wasn't the real love that I'm going to get to. It was love that I felt that I lacked. So I had to give it to myself. Normal ways of doing things and living. Find love in places, people, places, and things that you're willing to take the crumbs because we were never taught the importance of it. Gratitude leads to love, right? What is gratitude? We think of being thankful, grateful. Let's move back to thankful, right? Being thankfulness leads to love. You're never going to see yourself into that, right? Like, how can I look at myself as someone that's thankful? The act of being thankful of the beautiful life that you have. The universe provided the air that you breathe, the water that you drink, and the food that you eat, right? And the clothes that you wear, this, that, and the third, right? And that goes back to self-love, self-care. Self-care can be, you pay your bills, you take a shower, brush your teeth, wash your hair, do all those things, right? Those routines. But no one talks about what self-love is. Self love is when you can sit down and evaluate. Love is patient and love is kind. A lot of us tend to look at ourselves and talk about the negative. Oh, I wish I could do that. Or I don't have this. I don't have that. I blah, blah, blah. And no one is ever patient with themselves, right? A lot of us we're quick to get into new relationships. We're quick to, just very spontaneous. The feeling of if I don't do it now, it will never happen. The faster you do it, the faster it goes away, right? The faster it comes, the faster it goes. So when it goes back to the patience of it all, a lot of us don't know how to be within ourselves. That's the key point of why isolation or your hermit mode is the most key points of self evaluation on how much you have been given, how much you've given from yourself, and how much was taken from you. And I like to think of give and take as being the same entity, the same energy, because to give is you have to take from something. So if I have to give you all of my energy, all of my time, that means I'm taking time from myself to give to you. I'm taking the energy to give to you or the situation, right? So that being the same energy is just like ebbs and flows, yin and yang, up and down, left and right. It's the balance. It's the same entity. Okay. I don't have a coin, but if you flip a coin, it's either heads or tail, but it's still the same coin. So when you think of love is patient and love is kind, it's the same energy, the same thing, no matter what you do. But you have to apply it to different parts of your life. A lot of us tend to go about life and not know how to love ourselves. And to be honest, I'm still working that out for myself. But what I have learned is being patient with myself, analyzing things, taking the time that I know no one in my family, friends, or relationships has ever given me. Meditation is a great way of starting the journey. Self care is literally the key of opening the door to discover what self love truly is. If you love yourself, you will not give your time to someone that you know that will not do the same thing for you. I did pull two cards the other day and I just kind of had it underneath the glass of my desk, right? It says inner work. Don't be afraid to prioritize your personal growth and spiritual development. Health and wellness are necessary to enjoy an abundant life. A true artist lives their art. Let your life be your canvas, and you will create your greatest masterpiece. Right? So, the inner work and our artists, okay, are literally just love the fact that these cards came out talking about what love and self-love is. You're going to have to do your inner work. You're going to have to do your shadow work. But out of all of the work, all the uncovering, all the digging, you might have to start journaling, writing down your dreams because your subconscious is telling you something. And you writing your dreams down is a great way of understanding what is necessary for you to move towards, to work towards, right? You might need to start a new skincare routine. Thank you. hmm The Ordinary has been very good to me over the last few months. I absolutely love it. I have the nighttime routine and the daytime routine. Beautiful. I got the vitamin C powder as well. I used to smoke a whole bunch. The lip thing, yes. Self care and self love go together. You need self care to find self love, right? And self care deals with self prioritization. How do you prioritize your dreams, your aspirations? If you don't feel like answering the phone, you know you don't have to. right? If someone asks you something and you want to say no, you do realize you're allowed to say no. Everyone that comes to you and asks you a question or asks you something or wants something from you, they have to come with the idea that you have the right to say yes and or no. And the people that have an issue with your no should tell you a lot about their perspective of you and how much they value you and your time, or how they view how you respect yourself and your time, right? Those that have an issue with your no are the issue. Okay. So when it comes to more of the artist part, right? You're going to have to start co-creating with the universe. Once you start to develop, because love is patient, right? So when you think of patience, think of something that's going to grow slow. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Think of your life as a canvas. Literally, is that what it says? Yeah, let your life be your canvas and you will create the greatest masterpiece. And the masterpiece is love of self. Do some mirror work, okay? Look at yourself in the mirror. Poke out all the flaws that you heard from other people or the expectations you think other people have and say, you know what? I am the only one that is me. I am one of one. Every blemish, every issue, every curl, every skin tone, every piece of me is only me. So let a bitch hate, okay? Let him hate. But the entire world, your entire atmosphere, your entire universe is yours. Say no to those people when you're on the journey back to self. And if they can't understand you or understand that, it's like they rather keep you where you've been instead of to see where you're going. Okay? And I think that's a message for another day. All right? Um But it takes me back to gratitude and thankfulness with that. You're going to have to be thankful. Sorry, you should have gratitude over the love that you give to others. Okay? Because imagine if you gave all that to yourself. Do you know how amazing that will feel? How much appreciating that would be with all the things you've given. Okay, I'm a Scorpio rising. Okay, that means I have Libra in the 12th house, meaning my biggest ops are usually my relationships, the ones that will betray me, blah, 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 blah. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. In some way, shape, or form. But one thing as a Leo, I do give from the heart. And I've noticed that the love I used to give to people was always taken for granted because they thought it was always going to be there. And when I stopped giving to others and I reversed the giving to give to myself, it was abundant. It feels abundant. It is abundant. I am creating my inner world. I am creating an atmosphere where I get to attract my tribe, my soul family. My ancestors have prayed me into existence. I am free. I am black. I am beautiful. I am seen. I am magical. I am a goddess. I am powerful. I have the gift of speech, of gab, whatever you want to call it. I have the presence that is necessary for this generation. All my life, my dreams and aspiration, no, my actual dreams, sorry, have always been me leading people. And it's always been the most scariest things because when you do your dream work or you do any type of dream recall, mine has always been somehow, some way, I am leading, I'm like Moses, okay? I'm like Joseph. Somehow, some way, I am leading people out of something, into the light, into towards themselves. Every conversation I have, I'm always talking to people about choosing themselves because the only person that could be truly loyal to you is you. You can't expect loyalty from people when they are a lot of people will be loyal to themselves. The conversation about givers and takers. Takers are loyal to themselves. And as givers, and once a people pleaser or over giver, we can learn a lot from takers because takers will always please themselves and put themselves first, especially when they know there's givers out there that will give and give and give. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a way of life, okay? There are water buffaloes and then there are lions. It is a part of life, right? But as a giver, you got to reverse and start taking your love back. Call your energy back. Call your power back. Because if you don't, it's like you're missing a piece of yourself. You're not going to be whole until you call it back, recalibrate, and give from a place where it's not taking so much out of you, right? Anyway, like I said, the inner work, prioritize yourself, prioritize your health, prioritize your wealth, prioritize your spiritual endeavors. What does it say? Spiritual development. Because it is going to lead to abundant life. It is going to lead you to a place where you can give without taking it from yourself. Give to you first and only give from your overflow. I hope this message has found you. I know it's a little bit of a tangent. It is Mercury retrograde 2026. Okay, Jesus Christ. But I want you to take this message and put in the comments on ways that you feel like you want to give yourself some self-love, where you feel like you have missed that type of love of self, especially if you're in a relationship or in partnerships, family, whatever, where you felt like you gave a lot of yourself and you now are start giving back to yourself because there's gonna be people in the future or now are gonna read that comment and can relate and you can also help. Okay. It's all about, paying it forward here. You guys want to, get a personal reading, you can. The link will be in the description. And I hope to see you next time. Peace and love.